Hello everybody, I'm Dan. Welcome to my Java tutorial series. Throughout my tutorials I will teach you Java using just Notepad and the command prompt. The order in which my tutorials are organized on both my website at javacjava.com and my YouTube playlist is designed to maximize learning by building on concepts from prior tutorials. This is part 3 of my string class mini-series. I'm going to open up my web browser to javacjava.com, select begin. I'm going to scroll all the way down here to string class part 3. In this tutorial I will introduce you to the concept of the string literal pool, also known as the string constant pool. The string pool exists as a special section of the heap memory and it contains distinct instances of string literal values. In part 1 I stated, I'll just highlight this here, that the string literal ABC is equivalent to new string ABC in the compiled code, and that is essentially correct. Now, however, there is one subtle difference that warrants explanation. In order to increase performance and save memory, string literal instances are stored in a special section of the heap memory reserved for distinct string values. That's the string pool. When a reference to a string literal is being created, Java first checks for a string with the same value in the string literal pool. If one does exist, it just returns that reference. Otherwise, a new string literal instance will be created in the pool, and that reference is returned. So let's look at something here. In the statement, right, string s equals and then string literal abc, right? The abc literal instance will be stored in the string pool section of heap memory. In the statement string s equals new string abc, the instance with the value of abc will be stored in regular good old heap memory. Now, why the difference, you may ask? Well, to increase performance and save memory. Consider the following here. I've got a for loop here set up. It's going to loop through 99 times and it's going to decrement here. So basically it'll display to the console the value of I, and then it'll display the string literal bottles of beer on the wall, and then plus I, right? And then new string, and then right here the string literal, well, new string and the string value, right, of beer, take one down, pass it around, right? Okay, so considering this will loop through 99 times, in the above example there would be just one instance of the string literal, right, bottles of beer on the wall, located in the string pool. However, there'll be 99 instances of the string literal of beer, take one down, pass it around on the ordinary heap because we instructed Java to do so by using the new operator. It seems like a real waste of memory and computing time creating all those objects. Is there a way to prevent a new instance from being created every time? Yes, a concept called string interning will allow us to do just that. The string class has a method called intern that will force creation of a new string instance into the string constant pool. The intern method works like this. First, it checks for a string with the same value in the string literal pool. If one does exist, it just returns that reference. Otherwise, a new string literal instance will be created in the pool and that reference is returned. Alright, we're almost ready to run some code. Just one more important thing to go over. Every object inherits the equals method from the object class. The equals method in the string class compares the actual instance of the object string values. When two string reference variables are compared using the double two equals in a row, that compares if they refer to the same object. So in other words, like, take for example, we got string A equals the string literal ABC. String B equals new string ABC. A dot equals B. That is true. That's ABC equals ABC. And then if we do A and then double equals B, that is false because A refers to an instance on the string pool and B refers to an instance in the regular heap. Okay, now we're ready to do some code here. Let's highlight this, highlight, Control-C to copy, or right-click and select copy. I'll move the browser off screen here. I've got a shortcut to the command prompt on my desktop, but if you don't, you can create one real fast by right-clicking, selecting New Shortcut. CMD, next, and finish. Alright, first thing I'll do when we open that up is type in javac, which is the Java compiler command line tool. And you should see all this stuff scroll by. If you get an error message, watch my tutorial on installing the Java Development Kit. I want to make sure you get that installed and configured properly before continuing. CLS to clear the screen, CD space /, CD is short for change directory, and / tells it to go to the root. I'm going to make a directory called Java using the md command. Now, I already have it, but if you don't, it'll go ahead and create it for you. I'm going to change directories to the Java folder, and I'm going to make a directory called string3. Change directories to the string3 folder, and now I'm going to notepad string3.java. Okay, and let's go ahead and paste this stuff in here. There's a single class on this one here. Let's come up here and save. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to get when the main method entry point runs here, I've got the same for loop that I talked up there, and that'll display all this stuff to the console here, right? Now, then we'll do call the print line method to display an actual line feed, our new line, and then 7 little dashes here. And then I've got initializing 5 string variables in various different ways. So S1 and S2 are initialized to string literals. So equals string literal test, right? Identical. S3 and S4 are reference variables that are assigned to new references of a string object, right? With the test in there as well, right? You notice all the values are equivalent there. I'm not going to use the .equals method, by the way, here when displaying this. So, and then I've got a string S5 equals a new string object, right? And in the string constructor, I'm passing it the test there. And then I'm invoking the .intern method there, right? Okay, so then I'm displaying to the console, does S1 equal S2, right? Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just come up here and run it, and then we'll go through it side by side on that. So let's clear the screen, Java C, we'll compile that, and we'll run it. Okay, there's our 99 bottles of beer song with 99 lines, right? 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. I love that song. Take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the wall. Anyway, so that's basically that whole entire song done there with a for loop. You know, pretty cool there. 3 lines of code, and that's that. Okay, so anyway, the point I'm trying to make here with this is we know that this particular bottles of beer on the wall, right? That particular string literal there is only in the pool memory, the string pool. The string literal memory, pool memory there, but this particular string literal over here, or string of beer, take one down, pass it around, is actually on the heap 99 times. So I probably should have said instead of bottles of beer, you know, heap memory objects, right? Anyway, that'd be a little too nerdy. Let's go ahead and compare the results of our tests here. So the first line, S1 equals S2, right? Are both of these equal? Yes, they both refer to the same object in the string literal pool. Okay, does S3 equal S1? That equals false, right? Well, that's because string 3 is referring to an instance, string instance on the regular heap, and string S1 is referring to a string object in the string literal pool. S3 equal to S4, that's false too. That's because they're referring to 2 different objects in the regular heap memory. All right, and then so S5, is S5 equal to 1? And that is equal to true. So by calling this intern method there, it said, okay, let's go ahead and check the string literal pool and go ahead and see if there is a value equal to test there. If it is, we'll go ahead and just return the reference back to that. And I noticed I got a little typo here because I'm actually doing the comparison of S5 to S2. So we'll go ahead and recompile that and rerun it again there. Right? So now is S5 equal to S2? Yes, it is. That's because S1, S2, and S5 are all pointing to the same instance of that test, that string instance there inside of the string literal pool, right? S3 and S4 have their own unique instances, string instances or objects in the ordinary heap memory. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close out of this and get that off the screen and then just leave you with some quick final thoughts. So just a quick recap. String literals are stored as instances in the string literal pool. String objects created using the new operator are stored in regular heap memory, unless you invoke the intern method, which will force them to the string literal pool. That concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching.